Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lifestyle with Dr. Moby. And today we have great guest, Hope, with us from New York. How are you doing?
Nice to meet you. How are you?
Good. And survived the storm. I assume you don't have a storm, but we
We are just now starting to pick it up off the ground in New
oh
York. We're just
yeah, we are sending your way from Northern Virginia with love to.
well,
I
thank
hope.
you. We're feeling it.
I know you
You know,
could.
it's really funny. I was just talking to a friend about this is the first real winter we've had in a really long time. Christmas 2016, Christmas Day, it
Mm.
was 72 degrees in New York City.
Wow.
So this, yeah, 72 degrees. It was really bizarre. And then there was a big blizzard, maybe 3 or 4 days later. It was or maybe a week later. It was really bizarre.
Mhm.
But this is really the first proper winter we've had in New York in a really long time.
Mm. Yeah, no. I think it makes overdue winter. So all the romantic stories, all the movies, all the winter movies, now you can imagine, right?
Yes, yes.
So I think, but in New York City is, I know with COVID, we were dealing with that before, and it was just
Still
hard.
are. We still are. We
It was
still are.
very, yeah.
We have no indoor dining, which we were going into the fall and the winter. We were like, well, how is that going to work? Because,
Mhm.
so restaurants are not doing very well in New York. A lot of businesses aren't doing very well in New York. So,
Okay, well, we're gonna touch base with that too, But today we're gonna talk about your project, and it is called sondrablue.com, and I will actually go ahead and bring that on during discussion so people can see what it feels like. Okay.
well, the
Uh,
platform isn't ready. What you're going to land on is our landing page and everything. The platform itself is not ready. We do have a section that, but so the platform itself is not ready for public consumption. We have beta users that are using the platform right now,
mhm.
and then we go into full launch at the end of this year. So to sort of protect the IP and things like that, we're not showing everything. We're not showing everything. So.
Oh, you're not showing everything. Okay, but anyways, we'll just kind of give idea about. So this is like what it's gonna look like, right?
Well, that's our sort of our homepage. So right now we have we're running a promotion. So for people who join us in our pre-launch phase, they will receive like 60% off their membership. But I mean, to understand what the platform is about, we are a more than an interactive streaming platform. So when I about 4 years ago, I spent a year and a half researching and trying to understand how we engage with film today because the world has changed so much.
Mhm.
And I realized that there's a it started out as simply just me wanting to watch movies with another person. That's how it began. Like, hey, I'd like to watch movies with this person. I'd like to watch movies with that person. And then I realized very quickly that there was a lot more going on when I began to do research and um, wanted to build a platform that kind of addressed how the experience of watching, the experience of film today, the cultural experience of film today. So I'll give you a great example. Like there was a time when, if this was the 90s or early 2000s, you might go in a newspaper, you might get on the phone with your friends and organize what you're going to watch, and then you'd figure out how you're going to get there, and then you watch the film. So there's this experience around watching films
Mhm.
that we've missed. Like you can see all over social media platforms and blogs and things like that. We're trying to sort of supplement the experience that we lost, right? So where do you go to talk about films? Where do you go to and what's really interesting is that there are levels of discussion. It's not just, hey, let's have a blog post and talk about films. No, people
Mhm.
engage with film in various different ways. And it begins with the film itself. But I look at film as sort of like the linchpin that brings everyone together. And people have great, all kinds of wonderful interactions around that film. So on our platform, yes, you can watch films with other people. That's one of our that's part of our product. But also, it's about the experience of film, the experience of of watching films, and what happens before you watch a film, what happens after you watch a film, what are you doing, you know. And that experience. So we did a lot of and that's why we have our beta testers really testing out the experience around films, not just of watching the film itself.
So what you're saying is that now other question I've asked always about these movies, are these new or old movies?
So we focus on behind our paywall, we focus on independent films. And that was deliberate because what I have found and is that films that come from independent filmmakers, they're organic, they're original, they are not full of quote Hollywood tropes. So if I'm watching a film about and they make films that frankly maybe Hollywood isn't quite ready to make. Like I saw a film a few months ago that was about an older woman trying to have a baby, and it was from a very unique perspective. And I remember challenging the filmmaker, asking, "Hey, if you would this film have been made in Hollywood?" Because the perspective in that film was very unique, but it's very real for women, right? So, I find in the independent film space, filmmakers make or allow themselves to use their voices a little more liberally than maybe in Hollywood and Hollywood blockbusters. So what we offer is a range of independent films, but you still have contact with a lot of the mainstream films on our platform, but they're not those films are not behind our paywall.
Okay. What about I want to ask you, is it like about duration, like it has to be certain duration to be coming on your platform, or you pretty much show short movies, long movies?
No, we have, our content is predominantly feature length. We do have a series that we're launching actually next week called the Filmmaker Spotlight series. And what we've done, because a lot of independent filmmakers really cut their teeth on short films. And so what we've done with the series is we sit down with a independent filmmaker and they share with us their shorts. And so the audience gets to, speak, get to hear the filmmaker talk about their career and then talk about the specific film. And then that film is at this time is available on our platform, on our page right now, for our subscribers. So that's part of our pre-launch package. So part of the pre-launch is you get to know some very interesting filmmakers that maybe you would not get an opportunity to meet. You get to learn a little bit about what it takes to make a film, how people get started, and you'll find people come from all walks of life. You'll learn about where are filmmaking scenes outside of Hollywood. Texas has a great filmmaking community, and so does New York, and there are other parts of the world.
So those are, and now other thing is, I want to ask you, what happens to these filmmakers? Do they get any money from?
Oh, absolutely. Listen, our business model is designed to help filmmakers make a living. Like there's so many films out there and so many filmmakers looking, they put they if they can't get distribution or picked up by one of the big platforms, they just put it out on YouTube and hopefully they'll make some money off of the film. Versus what we do, we partner with them to make the film successful in some way. Our goal is to help filmmakers make a living
Mhm.
So yeah, we have a revenue model that's designed to be beneficial to the filmmaker, beneficial to filmmakers and beneficial to us. Yeah.
Okay, well, that is exciting news. I did one short movie, so I know it was on YouTube. So I
Yeah.
was just, of course, side actor in that. But we got good hits. But I always, and we are making a short movie or actual series. So do you also only just show short movies and movies, or do you do serials too?
Serials fine. We have a large selection of content that range from short films to feature films to international films and series. So yeah.
Okay, great. No, I would love to. I mean, we're working on one. And what about kid movies? And that's my
We
favorite.
do. We have a kid corner. We're slowly developing that out. We want to be a little more. We're very conscientious about who our audience is, and parents might not in the beginning be very trusting of a platform to share because there's a lot of personal contact on the platform, and
Hmm.
so we have everything in place for kids, and we also want to assure parents that their our platform is safe for their children.
Hmm.
So we are taking that piece by piece rather than building out a large selection for children. We have that selection, but we also want parents to feel comfortable uh, with their kids on our platform. So we're taking the more discovery approach with that. We're letting parents slowly discover the that content and the features that uh, that we have in place to protect their kids and to protect them.
Hmm. Okay, that's very nice. Also, I'd like to ask you, does your network require or platform require certain format of movies? Has to be a certain definition or can be anything?
Yes, if you go to actually we have for right now, if you want to, there's a whole page there where
Uh-huh.
the person can submit their film for consideration.
Okay.
The purpose of that is we vet every film. We don't if you're submitting it for behind our paywall, every film gets vetted. We want to make sure that the quality is high. If you go all the way down to the footer, all the way down,
Oh, okay. Let me
scroll
see.
down,
Okay. Yeah. Why join? Okay. Available on Fire TV kind of.
and
Okay.
scroll down. Those are features, and we right now we actually have a few for films that a person can just sort of watch right now. Those are available right now for watching. Scroll down,
Down
go down, go all the way down.
all the way. Okay.
hmm Go down
Here.
to the footer. Do you see where it says filmmakers?
Yeah.
Filmmakers.
And you have festival too.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. The
So
purpose
this
of the festival was initially to sort of coincide with the launch, but it's taken on a life of its own.
yeah.
So we have a lot of options here for filmmakers, but if you want to submit your work, I believe if you click the submit button right there, submit your work.
Mhm.
If you click on that,
Okay. Yeah.
it should
So
work.
yeah.
Doesn't I need to go back and check on it?
Yeah. But it's gonna ask me to submit something.
Let me see. Is it working?
No,
Oh,
it's
I gotta get that. I gotta get my development team working on that because it's supposed to work. Apparently, it's not working.
so
So
so this is the best way to contact you.
it's
Oh,
not, if you want to contact me, you can contact me on the contact us, or I can give you my email here and you can contact me there. But I need to get that button fixed. I'll get it fixed tonight, so that shouldn't be a problem.
okay. Do you also have music videos or no?
No, no.
No, just so those are short movies, serials, and then all duration of
Well,
movie.
we don't focus on short films. We have some short films. Our
Okay,
bread and butter are feature length films.
okay. So, and you have all kind of language movies, Spanish, international.
We have internet. We're filling out our international. So we right now, I had a conversation with some people about bringing on content from Nigeria, Spanish content. So we do have a fairly wide selection.
Mhm. And how is it going so far? How is the response so far?
Well, I'm it's funny when I sit down with people and you know show them what we have, they're like, oh yeah, I didn't. They get very excited. So there's a lot of opportunity here. A lot of people are interested.
Mhm.
Um, and could you click the submission button right there? You have distribution. Now click submission.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see if it's
Yeah.
over. Yep, there it is. There it is.
Okay, so yeah, these are the US feature international documentary. Now, can you, let's say, if now what defines international movies? Is it by location or is it by uh, like what is the description of
Well, for us, international means two things. It means it's coming from another country,
it? Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Um, and then the filmmaker. So, for example, a filmmaker who's from, I don't know, Germany, but is making films in the United States, um, we wouldn't necessarily call that a international film, except if it's made for the German audience. You see what I mean? Like it's got to be made for that audience.
Okay, so but if they have the story, let's say if they make a story and they actually do the shooting in US, but they try to show it's Germany. Would
Well,
that be
a lot of international films are shot in the United States. That's not a problem. So, essentially any production outside of the United States or originating outside of the United States is considered international for us.
okay? So originating, but means originating, but finishing. It can
Originating meaning the creators are not in the United States, meaning
okay.
it's shot not using, predominantly American cast. It's got an international cast, outside of the United States.
Hmm. So it was me, I'm here, of course, in Northern Virginia, but we hire a lot of Asians in it or different nationalities, and we do a movie. Would that be, and even the topic, of course, could be here, but
It's not, but it's that
is
I hear your point, but traditionally international films are films that are shot not in the United States
uh,
and the casting is not in the United States.
uh,
So if you're shooting in the United States, if you're in America and you're using American sentiment in your production, then you're probably not an international shoot. Um, you can be, I guess you technically could be an international shoot if you shoot in the United States and you use an international cast. Everyone's from somewhere else. So, I mean, I would just say present it and let's see.
okay, yeah, yeah. And what about? I want to ask you animation. I don't see animation here.
Oh, that's an oversight. Animation should definitely be on that list.
Oh, okay. See, oh, okay. So, okay, that's fine. And because my reason I was saying because I'm making one animation, so that's fine.
Okay.
So I said, I won't be able to submit it. Oh no. Anyways, yeah, I will definitely. So best is this contact here. That's the easiest way, right?
Right. So what you do is you give us all the information, the title, the genre, the runtime, all of this stuff, and then you can upload the movie, upload the trailer. We'll view it on our end,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we'll get
upload
back
the
to you.
trailer, upload the movie, and then you're going to view it, and then can. So, how long it takes for the process? Let's say if somebody submits it, um,
Submits
and
a
so
film.
yeah,
Um, that depends. on, I would say, about a month, because we need to
Mhm.
vet it, and then we have to make sure that all the rights for that film are all the rights associated with that film are clear. So,
Mhm.
in other words, if you, let's say you have the rights for everything, but you don't have the rights for the music, so you have to attest that it's clear and all that other stuff. So we do our due diligence, and then we'll get back to you on that. So it's not a lengthy process, but it is a process. Someone will call you, we'll talk. Okay.
Uh, Okay. And any final thoughts you have for us? We have reached the end of the show. So, any final thoughts you have for our audience?
No, but you pointed out two things on my platform that need to be corrected. So I thank you for
But
that.
thank you. And yeah, I didn't tell audience. She really corrected our at the bottom when it says live transmission. She really helped me. Thank you. So I know it. So I'll definitely get in contact with you because, like I said, I have couple of projects coming up. So thank you for coming to our show. It was wonderful, and thank you for. It seems to be very nice platform. I would encourage everybody check out this saundersblue.com. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Oh, no, well, if you
Thank you.
guys check us out in next week on our YouTube channel, starting next week, the Filmmaker Spotlight series will premiere. And then you can see, so you'll see half of that episode on YouTube. And then if you want to get the sort of behind the scene commentary on all of these films, you'll have to register at saundersblue.com and become a member and join our mailing list. And if you pre-register now for our platform, you'll get the full year once we launch at the end of this year for 60% off.
Thank you, Hope. It was pleasure talking to you. Take care, and thank you for watching our show. Take care.
Thank you.